Hi Gemini, welcome to your monthly reading. This is for February. I'm using two decks for this month. May get it wrong, but I believe I'm using the Everyday Oracle. No, I'm not. Practical Magic, totally different. Practical Magical, I don't know. I'm losing my will to speak. I actually feel like my voice is going a little bit. Maybe I have over-recorded today, but we're going to get through. And I am also using the Shapeshifter Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. So if you do have any questions about the decks that I use, please ask. I'm going to put them ones together. I've been using these as crossing energies as well, but I'm just going to go with the vibe that feels right. So that one crosses over all four. Interesting. This one is over here. And one more over here paired with that one. Okay. So guys, we start off with make a choice. And it's choices. So. Oh, I love it. I'm going to show you the imagery. She looks fabulous. Look at her. Beautiful. So this card to me is saying that you have choices during this time. So the energy is supporting your choices. That's what I'm feeling with this. Definitely feel like there is a direct path for you to take, and it comes with you kind of assessing your choices is what I would say, and it's time for you to direct the path in the way in which you wish to go, because I feel as though it's you need to take control and make a choice. Yep, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say there's many choices, but it's your choice is the choice for you to make, one that is aligned with who you are and what you would like during this time. Okay, so there is a crossing energy over the top two of these and the top two below. So I will talk about this crossing energy during the each card as well. So first, rest and restore, rockabye. So to me, this is that there's no rush. So with the first one being make a choice, there's no rush into jumping into making a decision. And also to me, it would be saying that even resting is a choice and a decision for you to make. Remember that resting is an action. Often we can shame ourselves when we are resting, like we shouldn't be resting right now, there's so much to do, or calling ourselves lazy because we're resting. But resting is an action. For example, if you have been working out a lot, your body needs to rest for your muscles to repair, for it to be effective, and for your body to be working at its full capacity. If we go rush, work out, life, everything, we're going to get run down. We're not going to be working effective, and it's very unhealthy for ourselves and can cause injury. Resting is also productive, even if it's simply because we're overwhelmed and we need to take that break and relax in order to get our mind in the working order. Understand that rest is a good course of action, and it's rest and restore. So it's a restorative time for yourself. The crossing energy is Kitsune. I will show you who to trust. So Kitsune is coming to sort of say, look, if there's anything hidden that you need to know, I will show you. But it's also taking, so I'm stumbling over my words, it's also taking things at face value. Trusting how people are acting and trusting the words they're saying. Don't kind of look and read between the lines and try and candy coat things and be like, well, maybe this X, Y, Z. We are taking them at face value and taking care and nurturing yourself. We have that rest and restore, and this being a crossing energy. I would say to be focusing on resting the self and not worrying too much about other people, because again, I'll show you who to trust is her message. This next is seek balance, overwhelm. So I definitely feel like it is a time for you to slow down. Now this seek balance, I feel like it's sometimes where we are juggling way too much. This energy comes in to be like, okay, even if you have a lot that needs to be done, you can still kind of slow down, take your time and make sure that you are prioritizing the right things. So yes, the house might need tidying while you've also got work and a family to feed, and you've got pets, and then you have to do this because you've got appointments for that, X, Y, Z. Chill, take your time. For starters, housework can be done when you get to it. It's not going anywhere. The pots are still going to be there if you leave them an hour or two, or even until the next day. Nobody cares but you. And then if anyone else does, it's none of your business anyway, right? They can do it if they care that much. So that's already one thing you can take off your plate if you are overwhelmed, you've got too much to do. Rest and restore, balance, prioritize. I do feel as though, again, the impacts of other people keep coming through with this kitsune crossing energy, as though, again, there may be external pressure. So when I'm saying dishes and things, maybe you do have a partner or a housemate or family who put a lot of pressure on you to hold a lot of responsibilities. But again, trust in what is right for you is what I'll say. And again, it says, I will tell you who to trust. So it will reveal to you the opinions of others so that you can make decisions based on that as well, I would say with this. But again, prioritizing, once you get things in prioritizing order, things will come and flow naturally. It's all about trying to create a balance, even when you have a lot going on. Moving on to this next section. There are 2 cards and there's a crossing energy over the 2 cards. So we have Be Kind, which is charming, and Release Your Pain is the 2 cards. I'm going to touch on the first one because that's the one we're on. But because we have a crossing energy to this, the crossing energy is the unending sadness of looking back, endless regret, obsessive grief, relying on the past, replaying the past, and negative nostalgia. So be kind. It's essential that we be kind to ourselves. But I also feel like with this card, Gemini, for you, it's about, and especially with this rest and recuperative, this is kind of what's pulling me back and forth with this. I feel like it's about being in your natural essence of being kind to others as well. I feel as though if you are overwhelmed, you are overburdened, it's going to bring out the, like, not the kind of feelings, right? You're going to be overacting, we're going to be irritable, we're going to snap at people and things like that. So again, it's nurturing that aspect of ourselves to understand when things are a little bit too much and we're being spread a little thin, and that I feel like it's really essential that you show your kindness, you show your authenticity in that essence of being at your peace, because I feel as though that maybe things of your past are replaying in your life during this time. With that unending sadness of looking back, I do feel like there's different karmic things coming back around for you during this cycle. I feel like it's bringing a lot of things up intentionally to ensure that you get back to your peace, you get back to your restative state, right, where you are comfortable. And again, I feel like last month or last week, whichever reading I did, it must have been last week, I said to you about taking on the burdens and responsibilities of others. I feel like that's something that you are juggling with here. And this is why this is how the reading's going for us in February, is that you've lost your peace because you've taken on so much. And it was your kindness that got you there. You thinking that potentially this is just how this is flowing through me, that maybe potentially that felt like the way of doing that, of you being kind to someone, showing someone kindness when you felt that they needed it most, actually took from you. And now it's hard for you to get back out from that because, let's face it, for example, getting in new relationships, how we begin that relationship is actually the foundation we start on. So often we throw ourselves in, putting all our best foot forward first. I mean, everyone does that. You're trying to show off your best sides and get to know someone, and it's not really actually that authentic for the most part when we first meet people, because people are guarded a little bit anyway when we're meeting new people. But at the same time, like, you're both running on highs from the best versions of yourself. You know, you were potentially, especially if you had a period of time where you were single before the relationship, you felt you were whole and healed at this point because you took some time to yourself, which is amazing, which is good, it's where you want to be at. But sometimes we jump back into old patterns once we get back into something that was more comfortable, like being with somebody. And we start to maybe we're like, you know what, I want to play this role, this person has come from bad relationships, I'm going to take the lead, right? It's all good and dandy until you're in it. Like, that's the role you take on, that's the person that they know, so that's how they interact with you, what they expect from you, because we expect from a partner what they give, right? So once you've given so much, people make the mistake of putting their all in, and you can't live on giving your all constantly forever, right? You're a person, you're not a machine. So I feel like this is kind of the cycle of the way this energy feels for me. It's like it's kind of taking your kindness away, and I feel like you need to find that peace, that balance for you to reclaim that kindness. And it starts by being kind to yourself to start to repair that connection. and not let the sadness overwhelm. So this crossing energy, it is giving me overwhelm. It's giving me, again, repeating past mistakes. I'm going to keep repeating the crossing energies so that we can understand what it is that's influencing the cards beneath. So yeah, this be kind. I do feel like it's being kind to yourself, but I do think you need to find your kindness within relationships and not just partnerships, because I feel like maybe as well for some of you, the being in partnerships could have taken away from friendships and from family as well. So there's that dynamic there. Release your pain, being the next card. So we're working on releasing. And again, I just get this neat feel of you finding your way back to something. So honor yourself and honor the feelings that you're feeling, and understand that I do think that you have, so in this image there's two foxes. I read intuitively in the cards and what they give me individually as well. And to me, these foxes, it's like, I feel like you've trusted the wrong people, or you let the wrong people close. And it's not that they're entirely wrong for you. This is not a get rid of people around you. It's just really assessing how deep your trust relies in something. I feel like it's coming from a basis that's not 100% correct. That's why I'm saying this. It's like they are like a sly fox. They've managed to get them ways close to you. And I don't feel like they're a threat to you on a deep level, but on a surface level and how it's impacting you on a deep level in sense of your emotional well-being, I do think that it's coming from a basis of see, I don't want to say lies, because even though it feels like lies, it doesn't feel as strong as when you say, you're being lied to. It's more misguided. I want to say you've been misguided by people close to you, and this is what I feel is an imbalance, is the disconnect from that, because I feel like I'm seeing the best in the wrong people, but not that they are the wrong people to have around you, just that you saw what they were giving out. You fell for their spiel instead of really seeing the authentic truth behind it, which was probably a wounded animal. Where, like over here, we're saying we're taking on responsibilities of others because they felt that's what they needed. Well, now you've created that wound within yourself by taking it away from them. Like, it's like taking their burdens and making it your own. I hope that makes sense to you, Gemini. Now remember, we are in February, so this is Valentine's as well, so there will be a love influence. So I do feel like a lot of the guidance for February may be based around people who we have relationships with, or a dynamic where love really is the basis of our connections. So, even if it's situationships or crushes, things like that, people who really have a piece of our heart. And for those of you that do not, it could even be family, the people who we dear the most, impacting us. So further down here, we have face your fear, passion, and power. The crossing energy is Miss Spiderweb, so reconsider your alliances and make new connections. So there we go. Definitely somewhere in there, you've made the wrong connection, trusted the wrong feeling or the wrong people at the wrong time, at the wrong time at the right time. Because I feel this is obviously where you're meant to be. Face your fear. I do think, again, you're going out. You're literally going through things you've gone through before. So I feel like when this happens, it really does bring all of the insecurities to the surface, and it can really make us be indecisive. Now remember, you're making a choice. That's the first card is. You're in this where you're going to make a decision. You're going to make a choice. This card is like the strength card. I mean, look at her. She is beautiful. She is passionate. Oh, and I've just dropped her. No, she's so far away. So it's like the strength card. It's basically seeing the vulnerable sides of ourselves, to me, and seeing that they are actually the strengths. They're the tool that will help us to move forward, to be able to conquer those fears, to conquer the things causing these things to arise, right? Let me have a look for you. She's giving me more. So you have everything you need, and you do have past experience, which is what you're bringing with you. So I do think you're scared of mistakes happening again, or just losing what you wanted. The thing is, like, you're being guided to have the strength. You've done it, so maybe you have done this before, you've been there, you've done that, you can do it. So face those fears, because it's like, what do you have to be scared of? Because you know that you'll be okay. You'll know that things work out. This spider web, so yeah, reconsider your alliances. I definitely feel like there are I just feel this strong sense of being misguided. And I think that it's just becoming more and more apparent whether somebody's behavior is not in alignment with things that they said, or that another person's behavior is highlighting the misguidances of another. I know it seems cryptic, but I'm literally reading it in my, as it's coming, channeling through, that's how it's reading for me. So I'm really hoping, Gemini, this makes sense for you. I do feel like you are one of the most cryptic signs that I do read for, because I feel like there's so much to and fro with the energy of Gemini. Let's have a look. So I think there are, it's kind of strange, but I feel like there are allies in the most unlikely of places, which means people will understand you in places where you probably think that there's resentment. I don't know why that word came to head. I was going to say where you would feel there'd be resistance or something, but resentment comes to mind. There's actually probably alliances there who, again, if you have been misguided, it's potentially that you thought wrongly of somebody else based on someone else's actions or words. So there you go, take that as you will. She is definitely looking sorrowful but powerful. Like, it's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? When something is, it's like something's heartfelt but it's meant to be. I can't think of the word. It begins, it's like heart something. But that's what it feels like. It's like it's a burdenous thing to feel, but you know that it's something that you need right now to fuel. So that's a good sign for me. True to you. So be true to yourself. Trust in your instincts with this card. She is lilac magic. She's really beautiful. She is femininity to me. She is basically activating that feminine power of yourself and standing strong. And also to me, for you, Gemini, I haven't read it this way every time she's come out so far, she is giving independent and in control, basically don't mess with this woman kind of vibes. So obviously, whether you're male or female, this is still the energy I'm reading for you. And again, the Kitsune energy is crossing with this. I will show you who to trust, so it will be revealed. So hold on to your own, be independent, be strong, go forward fearlessly, that kind of energy. Enchant the everyday or to magic. Again, with these two cards, the true to you and enchant the everyday, it's like basically live authentically in your energy. If you be true to yourself and wake up every day and live authentically in alignment with you and what you want in life and where you want to go, the rest falls into place. And I know that sounds like so la-di-da, but it's true. Once you're in alignment with yourself and, you know, finding your peace, however that looks for you. Some people are at peace in a very high, fast-paced environment because that is the drive for them and their personality. So obviously set it to your pace on your own individual basis. But it's about finding that pace of your rhythm of your life. And again, then it will reveal what you need to know once you're in that true essence. And again, so for you, I do feel like Gemini, it's really embracing the femininity and the kindness, giving that to yourself and to the people in your life. Again, we'll just ensure that the right people are surrounding you and not the wrong little foxes. Wolves of Venice, you are far, far away from home. I do feel like you are lost at this time, and I do feel like some outside influence is the influence in this. These are the last two cards, and they are below the sadness. And so to me, it feels like finding your way back home comes from just realigning your loyalty with yourself. Okay, so I do feel like you have similar energy to Taurus during this time. Obviously, you may have crossing energies if you're more of a cuspy Gemini. But I just feel like you are similar in so many ways in this, in terms of loyalty and faithfulness. And I feel like you need to give that to yourself first to again come home. And home is essentially yourself, you know, coming back to yourself. The crossing energy or the pairing card with this, actually these are both kind of crossing energy cards with the deck I was using. The Akashic libraries are open. So again, this is there are lessons here, and this is part of your soul journey. And so I do feel if repeating things are occurring, this is part of a massive lesson that you're learning throughout your life. So it may come to feel quite burdenous, because when that happens, we start feeling like, why do I keep repeating this? Why does it keep coming back? And again, we can focus and fixate on those sadnesses and grieve the loss of, again, things we start rebuilding every time before it breaks down, or we can realize the pattern and release ourselves from it each time. I do feel like this is like, it's finally just breaking through of you just acknowledging and seeing something for how it is. And I feel like this is very positive, but it does have this heavy feeling to it, Gemini, where it's like you have a choice to make and you're just sick of making the choice. Totally hear you. Been there, done that. And that's kind of how this feels for you, Gemini. The Orca magic is definitely trust yourself, trust in what you know. You are attuned to this. You know exactly what is what. It's now time to start listening to yourself. I do think that you've kind of stepped back from listening to yourself. Maybe it was insecurities, or maybe it was just desires for something. Again, we don't beat ourselves up about it. We don't bring ourselves back into that dark space, because again, we're using it as a strength. This is our power, aligning ourselves with the light and the dark, like bringing them into balance, because we have to work with both. If we are going to just be miserable and depressed and dark, we're not getting anywhere in life. If we are just all high toxic positivity, we're delusional and we're not living authentically in alignment with ourselves and our inner feelings. Everything is not all bright and light, and everything is not dark. We are in this space where we see clearly, because the shadows don't always hide bad things. The shadows also hide the authentic part of yourself that is key to being happy, to being strong, to being protected, as well as it is being your natural authentic self, aligning your strengths and your weaknesses. And I do not believe in weaknesses, but again, the way that we are programmed, we are told that when you feel anything that is not viewed as a strength in society expectations, we then all of a sudden say that's a weakness. It's not. It is a part of who you are, which means it is a strength, because you are your key strength. So I hope that makes sense, Gemini. If you have any questions, please comment below. Please subscribe to my channel and follow for your weeklies and monthlies. I look forward to sharing this year with you. Thank you, guys.